Well, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again at my channel. This is Miss Mary's Closet. For all of you subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following me. I appreciate all the love, all the support. And for all of you watching my channel for the first time, welcome, and I hope you'll consider liking this video and subscribing. So let's get to it. Today's episode is about curtains. Curtains, what kind of curtains, and how to properly hang them. So I'm joining you this evening from my living room. Welcome to my living room. I wanted to sort of do this video in my living room to sort of show you an example of what I was referring to. So a lot of us who live in apartments, usually space is an issue, and sort of, it's important to try to make that space seem larger, unless you live like in a loft apartment or something like that where the windows will be very large. Some people have up to 12-foot windows, In that case, the rules will be a little different. You don't have to sort of accentuate or try to provide an illusion of a larger window because you already have large windows, so your ceilings will be very tall. But for people like me that live in just an average apartment, you want to sort of make your apartment seem bigger, the ceilings seem taller. Excuse me. So a way to do that is to hang the curtains above the window frame. And I know that sounds strange because a lot of us grew up with our parents hanging the curtain directly at the frame, right on top of that frame. And that's all we ever knew. But now things are changing, and now a lot of home decorators and designers are sort of figuring out ways to make a space seem like something that it's not. So to hang, now I prefer drapes. I prefer drapes because I like the way that they make the ceiling seem taller, the windows seem larger than what they really are. So the proper way to hang a drape that they're considered drapes. If they're long curtains, they're considered drapery. So if you want to provide the illusion that your window is larger than what it is, you want to hang it between 4 to 6 inches higher than the frame. So like what you'll see in the background here. And those are called braided top curtains, and they're drapes because they're about 96 inches long. Most stores are going to carry, the longest they'll carry is between 84 to 96 inches long. The only place I've found curtains that are longer than that is IKEA. And IKEA's curtains will go up to 103 inches long, which those are the ones that I prefer, because if you're gonna hang it 4 to 6 inches higher, you want that curtain to hit the floor, right? You want it to hit the floor, just above the floor. It depends on the look you're going for. Some drapes hit the floor and then spread out. They sort of balloon on the floor. That's sort of like a ballroom look. And if you have the space on your floor to do that, that's fantastic. If not, you want it to just hit that floor or to be just above the floor. And so for me, that would be about 103 inches for my house. Now, I just prefer that look because it makes my space seem bigger, right? So this is the rule. If you want your window to seem taller than what it is, you want it to hang 4 to 6 inches above the window frame. If you want your windows to seem wider than what they are, you want that curtain rod to extend out further than the frame, and you want that to be between, let's say, about 4 inches on each side. Okay. Another rule is no matter what curtains you choose, drapes, curtains, whatever, when the curtains are open, it should not fully cover the window. Okay, you should be able to fully push those curtains to the side, and your window should be able to be completely exposed. If those curtains are coming out too far, then maybe they're not the right curtains for that size window, or maybe you want to just extend the pole out so that it gives the window more space. And that's just something that you can try in your house. I'll tell you, I tell people this all the time. Back when we were younger, our parents, grandparents always had sort of those valance curtains in the window, right? That small curtain at the bottom and the curtain on the top, right? And they had like these, whether they had patterns or characters or birds or whatever it was. That's not necessary anymore. Nowadays they have the same thing, but the curtains look way more modern. They're not the same anymore. But you don't need curtains in your kitchen. Curtains in your kitchen are gonna hold in a lot of smells of the food you cook, things like that. And so it's not necessary to have a curtain in your kitchen. You're fine with a blind or a shade or something like that. Or you don't have to have anything at all. I don't have anything on my kitchen window. So you don't necessarily need anything in your kitchen. So and if you don't want like the long curtains down to the floor, that's fine. But that curtain should meet right at the base of your window. It shouldn't go any further than that. Those curtains should go right and meet right at the edge of that bottom sort of trim of the window. So just keep that into consideration when you're thinking about curtains, and make sure you measure your windows or the kind of length you want. Measure it twice, 3 times if you have to, because you don't want to have to be going back and forth to the store, or you don't want to have to be, getting things, sending them back, and having to order something else. And so, like I said, from my experience, IKEA is the place to go if you want really long curtains. I have not found curtains longer than 103 inches anywhere but IKEA, and they're good quality and they have a huge variety. There are different types of curtains at the top, like you'll see the curtains with the rings, and those are called grommet. Oh no, those are called eyelets. And then the ones that are just sort of the regular sort of pinch curtain are called grommet curtains or pinch curtains. And I can show you an example of that. I have that design in my room, and in my daughter Melani's room I have the sort of traditional, the other curtains that have sort of the ring on top. They're called the eyelet curtains. And it just depends on what type of look you're going for, what kind of curtain you'll buy. And, if you have any questions about what I'm telling you or anything like that, you can always inbox me. I will get back to you. I can assure you that. And I will help you along the way in your redecorating and renovating. I assure you of that. So I wanted to show you some examples of what I was referring to. So let me show you the window in my room, and then I'll show you the window in Melani's room, and I'll get right back to you. Hang on tight. All right, so this is the windows in my room. I wanted to show you this as an example of what not to do. I asked us to hang these about 2 inches from the ceiling, and that's definitely not that. But, you know, you learn, you go, you can fix it. These are the eyelet curtains, the eyelet IKEA curtains hung in my daughter's room. I wanted to show you that. And again, these are the braided curtains in my living room, hung about 4 to 6 inches above the window sill. Again, so you could see that as an example. Thank you. All right, so I hope that this information helps you out, and you're able to sort of look at curtains a lot more differently. I definitely have in my redecorating process. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about curtains. I was totally clueless, and I definitely made mistakes along the way. Actually, I still hung some curtains wrong that I still have to fix. So, you know, I'm definitely not perfect. I'm not a professional. I'm just a mom who's trying these things out, learning along the way, and I am sharing this information with you so that you don't have to go through the process that I did, and hopefully, you know, it helps you with, you know, so that you can develop the space that you're happy with. So again, inbox me if you have any questions. I will repeat the fact that, you know, Sugar Plum Sundays. You can definitely still inbox me photos of the rooms that you're working on. I'm always checking my inbox, and I look forward to helping anyone who needs my help. So please don't be afraid to send me those photos, and I look forward to it. So until the next time, be well. Con mucho amor from Miss Mary's Closet.